Greetings, metal community. I'm back with a collection update. This is mostly a package that I got from Seasonal Mist, and this is stuff that I ordered actually last year. The parcel has been like delayed because of a couple of albums that didn't get to the pressing plant in time, and you know how it goes nowadays. But first of all, I'm gonna talk about a CD I showed last time that I didn't do justice at all, or justice for all. It's Necrocase from Germany with the Mortal Angels Descent. This is a killer death metal release. It's brutal it's not brutal death metal, but it's brutal. It's heavy as F, and just a fantastic album. I knew I would like this, but based on the EP that they released in 2019, but this is just a killer album. They do play sometimes very brutal, mostly up tempo, but also some more blasting parts, definitely. And the blasting parts are kind of reminding me a little bit of the two first Fleshcrawl albums when they play fast on those albums. It has kind of the same feel to it in a way, but the vocals are even more brutal, and the production is very balanced and nice. Organic drumming, it has it all. This album is just absolute killer, and it's highly recommended if you're into death metal and like it a little bit brutal. But it's not brutal death metal, but it's death metal with brutality. And they have slow parts and more doomy parts and mid-paced parts, but just a killer record. Then another I showed on tape last time was, the Mystic Storm from Russia. If you can get it out of the effing glare. There you go. Yeah, as I said, if you like Detente, do check it out. Excellent old school thrash metal. And I will show the vinyl if I can get a copy of that later on, for sure. Great stuff. Then we have Gosudar with Morbid Despotic Ritual. I don't remember who showed this in a video, but I have seen this been shown, and this is a absolute killer album. Heavy mid-paced or slow death metal, variated in tempo, and killer production. It's just like you have enough murky or dirty sound, but it's absolute killer stuff. So if you haven't heard this, it's out on Rotted Life. Gosudar, killer stuff. Then we have Vrykolakas with this album called And Vrykolakas Brings Chaos and Destruction. Another killer death metal release. It's better there. Great artwork. Killer stuff. Heavy booklet. There's a guy playing in the band. And this is the first song here reminds me a lot of Necros Christos in a way, but there's also a lot of incantation and immolation in the kind of the rhythm of stuff. Have a lot of that kind of weird rhythm that immolation does use a lot. But killer death metal album as well. And do check it out, because this is solid stuff. then I'm going over to the stuff that I got from Season of Mists. You know, I had to have this Carcass EP. It's not their best stuff, but it's an EP, and you know, it's kind of a more towards artwork again, in a way. Not as you know, good as the last full length was, but I enjoy this. It's a Carcass, and I love Carcass. Then I went ahead and bought something that you know, Barishi or Barishi or whatever, and the title of this is Old Smoke. And you would probably guess that this is some kind of doom metal. No, it's not. This is kind of a light version of Ulcerate in a way. It's you know, technical progressive death metal in a way, but it's not as deep vocals, it's not as heavy guitar tone, it's not as extreme drumming as Ulcerate, but I get a lot of the same music build up on it. Very surprised when I heard this. I bought it on sale and just listened to the song, and this sounded good. But this was a surprise, good surprise, and if you like Ulcerate or that kind of death metal, do check this out, because this album is great. Then over to the vinyls, and you know, this was on sale as well. I paid €10 for it. It's the Borishi album from 2016. This is not good. This has more of a screamo vocals, very annoying vocals on here, and because of that I can't concentrate on the music. So this was for me not good at all, and waste of money. But based on the last release, that Old Smoke album, it should be good, but it was not. And one of the reasons why it was a delay on the package was, you know, the new EP from Iskander. I think this is German black metal, 2-song EP. The first side is damn good, the second side is damn waste of time, but I love that song. It's a long song, so you get a good chunk of good music on it, but yeah, kind of the B-side they can just drop, because it's kind of a just sitting with acoustic guitar and not very interesting clean vocals for 10 minutes. It's quite boring, but overall the you know, the first side is very good. Plays this kind of German, and also the Dutch scene has the same monotonous black metal with a kind of a lead guitar going over to make the song interesting. Then I also got the Nexion album called Seven Oracles. I do believe this is a band from Iceland. It sounds like Iceland, and watching the band members, they have Icelandic names, but I don't know if that's the case, but it sounds like it. And it also has this kind of more of the brutal Swedish black metal as well in there, but mostly it's the well-known Icelandic feel to the music. Also has a fabulous you know, booklet with big words for us old men to read, and very well done, and yeah, it's kind of this thick, so pretty cool, great music. If you like yeah, Mistyrming, Silmara and stuff like that, I think you will find Nexion pretty likable. I do enjoy this album. Then I bought the newest Dehuman Rain. Another great cover. This is also, you know, a 2020 release, and yeah, great stuff. I think this is a German band. They have a little bit of the Swedish sound to it, but more of the slightly brutal German death metal in a way. Great album. I do believe it's black vinyl. Yeah, it's a little inner. So yeah, another solid death metal release, and a great cover as well. And then of course I had to have the newest Insidious Disease, because, you know, it's a supergroup and there's Norwegians playing death metal, or one Norwegian playing death metal here. You know, it's Mark Vrede on vocals, and you know, Mr. Shane from Napalm Death plays the bass, I think, and the drums is by Tony Loreno. So yeah, killer band, but this is kind of a weird. The first 4 songs here they are good, but they are not like spectacular in any way. But on the last song on the A side, it's suddenly changed up a little bit. I think the vocals on the first 4 songs are kind of weak. They try a little bit dry and not as much punch in it as we know that Mr. Greve can do. And but from song 5 and out through the album, he has some guest vocalists. You know, Mr. Sandström and Cam Lee is on here as well. That helps, but his vocals are much better on the B side, and that lifts the songs a little bit. So kind of. I think if you start to listen to this A side and you think this is just go over to the B side or start with the last song on the A side, because this is pretty damn good stuff. And you know, I guess Mr. Seagrave has made this cover, and it has a color variation on this one, a kind of a green. I don't know if it shows. Green and white merge, or yellowish merge. Kind of the colors from the cover, but I would have liked to, you know, the green should have been a little bit darker. But you know, it's not the worst colored variant that I have. But yeah, as I said, it's a good album, especially from song 5 and forward, and a great cover. Then we have you know, one of the oldest French band, Loudblast. I'm a big fan of Loudblast. I've been that since the early 90s. I think it was 91 this Integrate album came out, or whatever it was called, I don't remember. And also this is kind of a different on A side and B side. The A side here is quite brutal for Loudblast. Might be the most brutal stuff they have written, and it's damn good. The B side is kind of like, I don't know what to make of it. The songs does not hit me as well as the A side, and it's kind of it's more melodic and more softer on the B side, and I like them when they're a little bit more brutal. But still a solid album, but probably the weakest since Fragments in 98 or whatever. I think it was 98 Fragments came out. But you know, this is the longest lasting or longest recording extreme metal band in France. I think this guys was the first French band to release a extreme metal. So yeah, great stuff overall. But you know, A side much better than B side, and but you know, happy to have it. I are big fan of Loudblast, and sometimes you have to accept that not everything they do is pure gold. But yeah, solid stuff. Then I bought the new or the returning album of Mörk Gryning, Hinsides Vrede. Swedish black metal, slightly melodic at some points, but mostly just if you like the early albums, they are back to the good old shape. And you know, Mörk Gryning has always released good stuff, apart from the album with a white cover that came out in 2004 or something, 5. That was crap, but the rest of Mörk Gryning's albums are great stuff. So yeah, happy to have it in my collection. Need to read sleeve, sorry, can't put them away without. And then I bought the you know, this is also last year's Disbelief, German death metal. The ground collapses. I really like this band. This band has a unique style, great vocals, and the vocalist here was, you know, singing with Morgoth when Morgoth had a reunion tour or reunion period, and on the album that they made back then. But you know, Morgoth is no longer existing, and he's back in Disbelief, or did never leave Disbelief, but I guess it took a little bit time off, you know, touring with Morgoth. Great album. As I said, they have a very unique style of death metal. There's nobody sounds like this, and they have kind of a, I don't know, it's not like it's riff based, totally riff based music, and yeah, you have to check them out if you haven't heard it. I like it, and as I said, they are different from most of the bands. So that was the stuff that I got from Seasonal Mists, and I also have, you know, received the new Qrixquor Poison Palinopsia. You know, brutal, dirty death metal. Great stuff. Took me a little longer this time to get into this album. Kind of almost a bit too murky production on it. I like dirty and murky production, but kind of drowns a little bit of the stuff that's going on here, and there's a lot of things going on with Qrixquor, and yeah, just great stuff, and a great, like, it's kind of a I don't know what to compare them to other bands, but it's more murky than the previous one, and but it's kind of, you do have these technical passages that pops up, and you have to listen closely to get all the stuff that's going on here, and so a bit of a challenge to listen to, but yeah, great album. It's a, you know, a pain in the ass to read the lyrics, but what to do? There is a poster there, and I think it's black vinyl, hopefully. Yeah, I should remember that. I played it a couple of days ago, but you know, old man, so can't remember everything. And last but not least, I got this in today, and Anthony asked me if I, you know, what I thought about the new Thorn release. Crawling Worship, and this is absolute shit. No, just kidding. This is good, I would say churning death metal. They call it kind of death doom, or but for me it's just slow and heavy churning death metal. The drums sound a little bit programmed, but that could be the mixing of it, but not annoying at all. Just me, I'm very like interested in drumming, so I'm kind of always listen to the drums, and the drum sound is important for me. I do believe he plays 7-string or 8-string guitar, because when he plays that deepest tone on his guitar, it's kind of get this D-beat thing going on that I don't like, but that's the only thing that I can fault on this album. It's a great album. I don't know, it's 27 minutes long, so it's a long EP almost, but yeah, just the great stuff. And this is a colored, yeah, it's an okay color version. I mean, merge vinyl and you know, blue and purple are not bad colors. And yeah, but the only thing that really annoyed me here is that, you know, I hate vinyl or long, you know, albums that are on 45 RPM, because I put this on and it was much slower than I thought it would be, and of course it was too slow. But you know, and I was thinking about this when I heard this album. It's kind of back in the days when they made butter, you know, when you stir the milk and it gets slower and slower. It feels like he kind of wants to go faster, but he is not able to. It's just something holding him back, you know, with the playing, that it makes it just so slow. And it's not like doom, but it's kind of just very slow and dragging his feet forward. And great vocals as well, you know, juicy, deep vocals. So yeah, I mean, this has been shown in a lot of channels, and rightfully so. It's a solid release. And yeah, that was all I had for this video, and I have more stuff coming in, but yeah, the next video will come when it comes. So thanks for watching, and hope you found something interesting, and vi kjøst.